Hello guys, let's get started with our today's topic histology of GIT. In this topic we will see what layer GIT contains, what are the cells each layer contain and what are their main functions. So let's begin. We are going to see the histology of esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine. In this we will see the cells, glands, special cells and their functions. So let's first start with esophagus. Esophagus is a muscular tube which transport the swallowed material from the pharynx to the stomach. It mainly consists of four layers: mucosa, submucosa, muscularis, and adventitia, as you can see in the image. We will discuss one by one each layer and the cell each layer contain. Mucosa. As you can see in the histological image, it consists of three parts: non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium, then it consists of lamina propria, which is the second layer, and then it consists of muscularis mucosa. First, non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It serves as protective and lubricating layer for the epithelium. It means that it is the outermost covering of the mucosa layer. Then we have lamina propria, which serves the function for holding the epithelial cell. It provides a grip to the epithelial cell and it also contains blood vessels for providing the nutrient. Then we have muscularis mucosa. Muscularis mucosa, it is made up of smooth muscle that supports the mucosa and provides the ability to move and fold, and it is also provide the partition between the mucosa and submucosa. Submucosa. Submucosa of esophagus is made up of connective tissue and it is less cellular than lamina propria. It mainly consists of esophageal gland which secretes the mucus. Mucus help to protect the mucosa of the esophagus and help to lubricate and allow the passage of food to the stomach. Then next we have muscularis layer. As you can see in the histological image, esophagus consists of two types of muscle: external muscularis layer and internal muscularis layer. External muscularis layer consists of longitudinal fibers while the internal muscularis layer consists of circular fibers. The upper part of the esophagus, the muscularis layer, is made up of skeletal muscle. The middle part, it is made up of skeletal and smooth muscle, and the lower part is made up of smooth muscles, which means that the upper part is under the control of voluntary action and the middle and lower part is under the control of involuntary action. Then we have last layer of the esophagus, which is adventitia, which is composed of loose connective tissue and it contains small vessels, lymphatics and nerve fibers. That is all four layers of the esophagus. Heartburn. As you can see, we have superior esophageal sphincter and an inferior esophageal sphincter. Inferior esophageal sphincter is present at the arrow, as you can see in the image. The use of inferior esophageal sphincter is that it prevents the passage of food from stomach to the esophagus. If the sphincter is not working properly, then HCl, which is secreted in stomach, is passing into the esophagus and this causes metaplastic changes in the esophagus, which is called Barrett esophagus. Then after esophagus, we have stomach. Stomach is greatly dilated segment of the digestive tract. The stomach is a muscular organ which is present on the left side of the upper abdomen and it receives the food from the esophagus. Its main function is it continues the digestion of carbohydrate, it starts the digestion of the protein and fat and add HCl to the food. Stomach consists of four parts: cardiac, fundus, body, pyloric, as you can see in the image. It consists of four layers: mucosa, submucosa, muscularis, and serosa. We will see each layer one by one and what are the cell each layer contains. Mucosa. Mucosa of the stomach is lined by simple columnar epithelial cells. It is a highly viscous mucous layer which is rich in bicarbonate ion, which protect the mucosa of the stomach from abrasive effect of food and from the effect of HCl. Like esophagus mucosa, stomach mucosa is also divided into three parts. First is the layer of simple columnar epithelial cell. Second, lamina propria, which is made up of connective tissue and gastric pit in stomach. And third layer, which is muscularis mucosa, which is made up of smooth muscle cells. Lamina propria of the stomach consists of gastric gland, which is a tubular gland and it consists of pluripotent cells. Gastric gland is divided into three parts: gastric pit, isthmus, and gastric gland. We will see each part one by one and cells each part contain. First part is gastric pit, which is present on the upper side towards the lumen of the stomach. It consists of mucosa neck cell and surface mucosa cell. Mucosa neck cell secrete alkaline fluid, mucin, and it is less columnar than surface mucosa cell. Surface mucosa cell is the same cell called simple columnar epithelial cells. Then we have second part known as isthmus or neck. Isthmus consists of parietal cell. Parietal cells secrete HCl, an intrinsic factor in the gastric lumen. HCl help in digestion and breakdown of the food, while intrinsic factor is used for absorption of vitamin B12. Then we have last part which is away from the gastric lumen, which is known as gastric gland. Gastric gland consists of chief cells. These are active protein secreting cells. They have abundant of rough endoplasmic reticulum and secretory granules. They contain inactive enzyme pepsinogen. They secrete inactive enzyme pepsinogens into the gastric lumen, which is then get activated due to acidic environment of the stomach, and it helps in the digestion of the protein. It also consists of enteroendocrine cells, which we will see in next slide. Enteroendocrine cells, these are the cells present at the base of the gastric gland, and it's which secrete the serotonin and gastrin. Gastrin is produced by G cell which stimulate the release of the gastric acid. Then we move on to the next layer of the stomach, which is submucosa. Submucosa of the stomach is also composed of loose connective tissue, and it consists of large blood vessel, lymphatic, macrophages, mast cells. Other layer we have muscularis layer. Muscularis layer, it consists of three type of muscle. External consists of longitudinal fibers, middle consists of circular fibers, and internal consist of oblique fibers, as you can see in the image. Then we have outermost layer of the stomach, which is serosa. Serosa is composed of mesothelial cells and connective tissue. Now we will see the role of intrinsic factor and what is the cause when there is depletion of the intrinsic factor. As we all know, isthmus of the gastric gland consists of parietal cells which secretes HCl and intrinsic factor. Intrinsic factor helps in absorption of the vitamin B12, and vitamin B12 is required for synthesis of DNA. As there is decrease in intrinsic factor production, there is decrease in absorption of vitamin B12, and there is decrease in the DNA synthesis, which eventually causes reduce in proliferation of the erythroblast and which causes pernicious anemia. Gastric and duodenal ulcer. Gastric and duodenal ulcer. The causes of gastric and duodenal ulcer is bacterial infection by Helicobacter pylori or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, overproduction of HCl, or lower secretion of mucus or bicarbonate from the surface epithelial cells. This cause gastric or duodenal ulcer in the stomach or in the duodenum, which may be very harmful to the patient. Histology of small intestine and large intestine we will see in next video. So stay tuned, see you in next video, and thank you for watching.